term as we get set for the last quarter here at Moreton Park, and it's Blackburn leading by 4 goals. Noble Park have the job ahead of them, and Dorr tries to kickstart them with a clearance out of the centre. It doesn't go too far, however. Keane got the hand pass away to his teammate Ed Martin, who sends a long ball inside 50. Big fly came from the back. That was Harper. Couldn't quite grab it once again. Blackburn with a resolute defence. They'll clear it from the right half back position. Hand pass comes over the top to centre wing Liam Patterson, who was good in the third quarter. It wasn't a very good hand pass at the end, a half volley, and eventually it'll be a ball up as a scramble ensues, and it'll be a ball up about 70 metres out for the Noble Park goal. They're kicking to the southern end of this last quarter, Blackburn to the northern or railway end. Again, just a poor disposal at the end of a string of disposals, and that's what really hurts both sides at the moment. Just that last disposal just seems to be the one that is really hurting them. Indeed, the disposal from both sides today hasn't been up to your usual Division 1 standard, as Noble Park with the clearance again through Martin, kick towards centre half forward, but Blackburn, they've stood up to the pressure very well. Kick forward through the legs of Bull. It's still on that half forward line for Noble Park, but the Burners clear it away through Bartlett. Dawson towards centre half forward, but a good mark, good reading of the play there from Ryan Morrison. Took it with the one hand, and on the second bite holds it at centre half back for the Bulls.
Probably been their clear winner today, Morrison, on
Oh, it's dangerous. Yeah, they're trying to work it through with the hand pass. Kelly's been very good, probably their best defender so far today, but it's a scrambling kick forward towards Allen, who managed to break the tackle, gives it back to his teammate in Kelly at left half back, and it's a good kick towards centre wing. Mark taken in the end by Marson. Marson looks inboard to the centre. Jackson Sketcher, the man from the recruit, looks towards the right half forward position. Flying high there was Harper again, couldn't quite hold it. Keane trying to scurry forward with the crumbing, and still in play here. Umpire letting it go despite a bit of a scramble. Kenworthy got the hand pass away. Tubley kicked towards centre wing from Blackburn. Taken in a good hand pass there from Watkins, who let out hard. It's along the interchange bench boundary line, and they work it forward. The Murders kick towards the half forward line. A good mark taken by Hudson with the outstretched arms towards centre half forward. Finds Patterson on the lead in front of Monahan. He's probably a tad too far out to score here, about 50 to 60 metres out. Wheels onto the left foot into the pocket. Hammond takes the mark. That was poetry in motion in front of the members' stand here at Moreton Park, and Hammond can go for his second.
And while that was a great lead and a great mark, he didn't look sideways. He had a player standing 40 metres by himself at centre half forward and went on his left to this different angle. Now, it might end up with a goal, but he had a better option across the ground.
Hammond, who's been probably quiet by his standards, kicked one so far today. That was an open goal, but from 45 metres he sprays it to the right. Minor score, but it's a handy point. Blackburn 10-15-75, leading Noble Park 7-8-50 on the 10 boundary side.
The key message from Con from the Blackburn is just to keep persisting, keep going down the ground, and also at the when he comes up to the ball up to make sure that the numbers are around the contest.
Well, Kelly goes direct into the middle looking for Alwyn. Danaher was there to mop up for Blackburn. Scrambling kick out towards the Hudson direction. Swings around all right by Hudson! And listen to the fans get up and around that one. Blackburn, they're going to take home the 4 points today, and they're already at home, so they don't have to go too far. They are playing fantastically. 31-point lead now over the Noble Park Football Club. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 11-15-81. Noble Park 7-8-50. Let's go down boundary side to Brett Beston.
They're going to have to do something pretty special down Noble Park, but Mick Fogarty's message at three-quarter time, he just wanted his boys to take the game on, but they're going to have to take it on pretty specially now after that.
I just think that they're being, all forwards for Blackburn are putting in a little bit. They're just doing their little bit each time.
So red lights flashing for Noble Park here as Danaher wins the clearance for the Birders once again. It bounced off the chest of Murphy at left half forward, but they have the numbers again. Blackburn trying to barge his way through was Bartlett, and it'll trickle out of play in the forward pocket in the end. In front of the beer tent here at Moreton Park, the big throng of Blackburn supporters. And 4 minutes into this final term, their home side leads by 31 points.
The question's now going to be asked at Noble Park. They just can't afford to chuck in the towel here.
The rain's tumbling down. That'll make the task even harder for the Bulls. It's certainly going to be a big task ahead of them, that's for sure. Tackle affected by Sketcher. Noble Park on their half-back line, but eventually coming through there was Patterson. A high ball inside, 52 on 1 for Blackburn. High fly there, that was from Watkins. It looked as if he forced it down to ground level. A couple of big tackles there and a few legs flying in the air. That was Kim Worthy. In fact, it was Donahue affecting it, and we'll have a bounce 30 out for the Blackburn goal.
That's what you want to see from your forwards. You want your forwards to lay big tackles like that. Just lays that defensive pressure up forward, which I don't think Noble have done well enough today in their forward line.
Yeah, the umbrellas are out. It's looking gloomy now for Noble Park in more ways than one as Martin looks towards centre wing. No numbers there as Gwilt let out. It was all Blackburn, and the spoil is affected there by Macaulay. We'll have a ball in right on centre wing. Members stand side at Moreton Park.
Tell you what, Blackburn are going to take a lot out of this game this afternoon, character-wise, and the young blokes, the experience the young guys have had is going to be invaluable here.
Is the fat lady singing at BWS?
Oh, she's warming up her lungs. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, well, she's
It's game over for me. I can't see, especially with now the rain coming down. Last 20 minutes of football, Noble Park just can't find an avenue forward.
Well, they've kicked 7 for the game. They've got to kick another 6 in this last 20 minutes.
To bring the ball back in. Dorr had the front spot of Tumanello that time. Quick kick forward. Nicely picked up that time there by Nelson for Noble Park. Goes forward, and that is better play. Centre half forward now. Will Petropoulos.
Been quiet this afternoon.
Probably a little bit too far out to score. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's got the length. He certainly does. Well, just what they've been after, the Noble Park Football Club. Maybe they can get a bit of a run on 6.5 minutes into this final term. And the margin's back to 25 points. Grant Campbell, some choose tap stats that matter.
I just wanted you to say the score for Noble Park.
8-8-56, brother. Of course, Rex Hunt was our guest on pre-match, so we are using some Rexisms this afternoon, and I'm sure a few more will come through.
Doesn't he look dapper nowadays in that white blazer?
You've got like a fetish with blazers, I think, Crash.
Blackburn with the clearance once again through Donahue, sent it deep inside 50. Can they get the quick reply? Bit of a fumble there from Grierson. Forced to ground level. Have it down to nowhere! Out of nowhere! He's kicked the goal. There's the reply they wanted. Blackburn 12-15-87. Noble Park 8-8-56. We've gone 7 minutes into this final term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That's Hammond's second.
Yeah, well, she hasn't come from MacArthur Park yet, BWS.
Well, the fat lady's singing now, it seems. 31 points the margin. I don't think any of us predicted this pre-match.
No.
No, I think it's been a magnificent effort from Blackburn when you look at their side. I think it's been the way they've gone about it and their consistency over the 4 quarters been fantastic.
Ball back in the middle. Tumanello stood strong, then roved his own football. Kick was half smothered. Going after it there was Hudson. Couldn't get the handball away. Picked up there by Sketcher for Noble Park on the right boot. Kicks the ball outside the centre square. Going after it was Clay. Got a little handle on it. Ball bounces out wide. Mitch Dawson going after it towards the boundary line, and over she goes for a boundary throw in.
That's a deliberate free kick here. Petropoulos has got it. Paid deliberate.
Interesting. And Noble Park, well, they need the quick reply now, don't they? The kick goes very, very, very long and also goes very wide and over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full.
And I can agree with Harper then. Harper was complaining about that ball should have been sent at 35 out. And look, that was a nothing kick to a nothing position, man.
Campesano for the Burners to bring the ball back into play. Went towards the Tumanello direction. Kelly, probably Noble Park's best player, went in after it. Got released to the football. Hanley came in for Blackburn, squeezed to kick out, but it's chopped off there by Glenn in the middle of the ground. For Noble Park, Monaghan squeezed to kick up towards half forward line where Ziggy Allen was out in front. There's still 2 kicks from home. Now he goes into the direction of Shane Allen, who had to stretch very hard for that one. Maybe he's too far out to score. He's usually a good kick of the football on the left, and it was a spearing pass too. And Noble Park will get a chance to kick their 9th goal of the afternoon on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've almost gone 10 minutes now into this final term, and I tell you what, do they need one? 31 points is the margin. The ball in the arms of Luke Nelson.
Well, they need this, but then they've got to double it up. They can't afford to kick a goal and let Blackburn kick another one straight away. They've got to double and triple this if they kick this one.
Division 1 footballers should kick goals from these positions. Nelson comes in and he pushes it to the right-hand side. So
sums up their afternoon, really.
Through for a minor score. Margin back out to 5 straight kicks. Blackburn 12-15, 87. Noble Park 8-9, 57.
Faulkner on the last line of defence for the Burners. It's a tumbling punt once again. Ziggy Owen almost brought it in with the one hand. Monahan chips the pass into the pocket. Trying to swirl his way out of trouble was Marson. He lost it in the process. Still a chance for Allen. Snap a goal from an impossible angle. And it proved that way, minor score. So Noble Park 8-10-58, trailing Blackburn 12-15-87, 10 minutes into this final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Most of Noble Park's scores have been from Blackburn mistakes. They've not really generated the play themselves all that often.
So ball will come back in. Use the grandstand side, Blackburn. Short passes on, making good space out there was Ben McIntyre. Pretty much two contenders for the Vibro goal of the day, where you can almost just give him the award at the moment as it stands here, but he spears a pass straight down the arms there of Bull, got it away. Martin has a shot on goal. He didn't look where they were. Bouncing, and through for another behind.
Kyle Martin might get his 35 or 40 possessions a game, but it's what he does with them that concerns me the most. If he's running at 50%, well, there's not much value there.
Doncaster lead Baldwin by 39 points halfway through the final term out at JJ Tully Drive.
Yeah, you must tip them.
My fourth place in the tipping comp is going to be diminished to about 10th after tonight.
It's been one of those seasons, both locally and in the AFL, of course, as well. There'll be a throw in the meantime on centre wing. Outer side of Moreton Park. Keep your scores through on Twitter at FootyAFL. As many of them will be coming through in the ensuing half an hour as a ball up is again called for by the umpire. Outer wing here at Moreton Park, and the player for Blackburn coming to his feet. I think it's McIntyre at ground level.
We did talk about the fact that Doncaster seems to play well against the top sides.
Yep.
So they've done it again today.
Yeah, they always struggle with the sides below them, that's right. So a bit of a ping-pong battle on the outer side. Eventually it's taken by Glenn, swings it round his body on the left foot, but no one home. And for Blackburn, Kemworthy takes the mark, just asserting his physical dominance. They've been very good in that area, this young Blackburn side.
He's been good when he's gone back again today. He was good when we saw them the first time here as well in the back half. He's he's a great little shutdown player that gets his own football as well.
Indeed, McIntyre from right half back. Sends a high ball there, content I think to just lap this up. Blackburn, and lapping it up there was Hammond with a high fly. Hasn't been one of their more dominant presences.
He's had a good second half though.
He has. He's kicked 2 goals, telling goals at times where
he could kick this too.
They needed to reply. Hammond be shooting from his firm. 55 out, wheels onto the left foot. It's a long ball. It's a straight ball. It's over the line. And Blackburn are over the line on the scoreboard. They're 13-15-93. Noble Park 8-11-59. 13 minutes into the final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. You can sing now, Brash.
Yep. You can sing, but unfortunately my dulcet tones won't allow me to get to the heights that Rex Hunt can.
They have just dominated in the air in their forward half. Blackburn, their 3 talls have done a really good job all day with their marking, and this has been a tremendous performance from Blackburn's side. That's very, very undermanned.
Yep.
As the rain tumbles down, fortunately no brolly for our boundary riders this afternoon. It comes in back into the middle of the ground. Tell you what, McIntyre's putting his hand up for some votes today as well, as Keane came in, got the handball away to Bull now for Noble Park on the left. He got a push in the back as he got rid of it. Benoit takes the mark inside the centre square. I went French that time as he kicks up towards the half-forward line, and Martin stands strong. We know he's a big kicker of the football. He might just back himself in here. He winds up now on the right boot. It's curling, it's curling. It's a fantastic kick. Kyle Martin, he's all class. That's a fantastic goal from 55 metres out. And Noble Park once again get themselves back within another goal, but the margin is just too great at the moment. Bendigo Bank scoreboard halfway through this final term. It's 13-15-93 to 9-11-65. But at the end of the day, there's still time. If they can pile on a couple, you just never know. Ball back in the middle, Damo.
Indeed, 28 points the margin. Suppose you can never write off Noble Park from this situation. A scrimmage in the middle. We'll have a secondary bounce, I think, as Keane is claimed by a couple of burners.
Haven't been able to kick 2 goals in a row the whole game.
No, Blackburn have had the answers, this young side. Tap to ground level, Bull over the football and streaks away on the left foot, kick towards centre half forward, Owen fell to ground, and the ping pong delivery at ricochet for Blackburn into the arms of Hudson. Now a chance at centre half forward, good pressure applied. Grierson gives the hand pass back, he's got a couple of teammates towards the centre wing area. Eventually it's kicked off the ground, Benoit. Still a chance. That was a good tackle by Benoit. Keeping it in play though for Blackburn is Hanley. Kick inside the 50, had him, one out. Almost with the one hand, couldn't quite take it. It's in front of the Blackburn goal, but Noble Park have the defenders, and Martin wraps it up, keeps it in play. Still a chance now as he receives the hand pass for his teammate Keane. Kick towards centre wing. That's a great one-handed mark. That's a contender from Chris Clay. What a mark. He was against his opponent there, shoved him off with the one hand in Allen and took it on the other hand.
Of course, mark of the day, the award coming from Wayne Brasher this afternoon.
He's the ultimate judge. Comes out towards the outer side. Mark taken for Blackburn. James Hanley. Wasn't the best kick.
I've got a funny feeling it might be a blazer.
That'll be the prize for this week, just a special blazer. Probably Brasher's old one might fit some of these players as the kick skews across the line in front of Sam McCauley, who's been brilliant for Blackburn, and we'll have a throw in outer wing, eastern wing at Morton Park.
Yeah, well, we keep talking about they've got to kick a couple in a row, Noble. They can't allow the game to be 3 or 4 minutes of nothing, and they've got to kick a couple really quickly to get the momentum back, because otherwise Blackburn will just strangle it.
Angels in front of Tumanello that time. Ball knocked into the arms of McIntyre, hits the deck. Marson on his hammer. Umpire Dan Beard restarts the game again. Tumanello got the knockout. It's very close to the boundary line on that far side of Morton Park. Still stays alive though, so Sketcher just went, thank your mother for the rabbits, and goes inside forward 50 where Gwilt came out. Is it downfield? I think he's taken the mark anyway, so it'll be James Gwilt to go back and have a ping for his 4th goal.
Never know.
And a chance for Noble Park to get that multiple goal on the board.
Come on, Jimmy, you've got to show a bit more urgency. If you want to win this game of football, get back and kick the goal quickly.
Well, he's going to kick it from 55, I reckon, the way...
Well, he knows he can kick the ball, so if he needs to show some urgency if he wants to get his side back into the contest.
Wilt comes in now. He needs to put this one through. He's pushed it to the right-hand side and through for one behind. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 18 minutes into this final term, and it's Blackburn leading 13-15-93 to Noble Park 9-12-66. The short, risky pass comes in, Damo, and the mark's been taken by Clay.
Clay to centre half back, content to chip it around here. Blackburn as Hudson marks. And a bit of a cheer from Luke Parker as he comes off the ground, waving the fist in the air at the 18-minute mark. That's confidence for you. McIntyre chips it to centre wing. Mark taken by Reid. As I said, Blackburn really content to just whittle away the seconds here. Kick towards half forward in the Patterson direction. A couple of balls flew high and awkwardly, and it's punched out of play by Patterson. 70 out from the Blackburn goal. Right in front of the Blackburn contingent there. Look at them all with their red jackets. Gus McLeod there with the board. Very important role though. Palm down to Reid. Hacked out of the pack. Eventually kicked towards centre half forward for Blackburn. Watkins was thwarted his attempt to mark. It was a good mark by Dorr in front, and he can relieve the tension for Noble Park. Looks to the outer wing. It wasn't a clear kick in front of Marson. He has the numbers against him, but Marson did well. Breaks away from the would-be tackler. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Mark taken there by Anagnostu. Anagnostu kicks towards the right half forward position where Keane takes the mark. He's been prevalent, and his kick finds James Gwilt, who'll have a second chance to go back and kick for his 4th goal.
He likes him from this side.
James Gwilt, he does like it from the right forward pocket.
Well, Noble Park are just intent to take ownership of the boundary line this afternoon. And I think they've done it very successfully too.
Kick 2 from this position. This for his 4th goal from 55 metres out. It's not a bad effort. It's going right towards the goal line. I think it's been rushed through for a behind. Minor score. Blackburn now lead it by 26 points. Will their boundary side?
Just a quick injury update. Petropolis for Noble Park has left the ground with a wrist injury.
Thank you very much, Esmond de Ponzo.
Done a good job this afternoon, boys.
Yes, got their yellow and blue undies on. They won't be too happy with the result though, as the kick comes out and mark being taken there by Keane. 55 metres out for Noble Park. The short pass is on. That was an absolute shank if ever you've seen one. Xavier Murphy took the mark and then got felled upon as he got rid of it, so he'll be the recipient. Blackburn across the half back line now. And it was extremely dark earlier, and all of a sudden it's like the sun's breaking through.
Melbourne.
Comes up towards the half forward line. Shane Allen's there for Noble Park. Got it away to Martin on the left boot. Swings around and he missed it by a 15th, and through it goes for a minor score.
That's
21
Shane
minutes
Healy.
gone in the final term out here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 13-15-93 to 9-14-68.
2-6 in this last quarter to Noble Park. They've had their chances.
Certainly have, as Sketcher sees it over the boundary line at the left half back position for Blackburn, right in front of the rainbow that's overcasting our Moreton Park view here. They've looked after us too, the Blackburn Footy Club BWS.
Right in front of the Tobin Brothers sign as well on the boundary line, one of our major sponsors of EFL Sunday.
Yes, Noble Park probably looking for a burial at this stage because they're not enjoying this seat at the moment, trailing by 25 points into time on. Snap around the body from Bull into the pocket for the Bulls. Chance now for Martin, trying to break clear is Tamanello. The big man breaking through. Hand pass eventually comes out to Dawson, who hacks it towards right half back. Martin flew high for the mark, couldn't quite take it. Falls to ground level, still the ball in dispute. Martin with the hand pass towards Keane. Keane snaps at goal and he's finally converted. And Noble Park try and salvage some pride. They've moved on to 10-14-74, trailing Blackburn 13-15-93. Not out of the realms of impossibility here. 22 minutes gone, final term.
Well, the Lee Matthews, if there's enough goals and minutes, they need, 19 points, they need 4 goals in 4 minutes. So
Sydney did it against Essendon a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's going to happen, but, Blackburn need to make sure they don't get a quick clearance Noble here.
Pye throws it up. Tamanello got the knockdown. Ball spills free here. Blackburn trying to get a clearing knock. Comes out Kyle Martin. He's been an absolute star today. Gets it to Shane Allen. Handball over the top. The Bulls go forward again, but the kick goes awry.
Wasted.
They had to get. If they had got that goal, it might have just sparked a few nervous moments.
Through for a one behind. 3 straight kicks is the margin. Noble Park get another one. There'll be a few nervous people.
Actually, the younger brigade of the Noble Park side have done pretty well today, I reckon.
Goes out. Dorr got a fist on that one. Blackburn at the fall. The ball kick goes up towards the wing position. A one-on-one contest. The Burners did have the numbers. Bartlett received a handball this way, that way. Got himself out of a fair bit of traffic there. That was good play. The kick goes up towards the Hammond direction. Over the top of his head it goes. A foot race does ensue, but the first player back there was Glenn, who just happy to have the safety of the boundary line then, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in.
Not sure how the boundary umpire called that. He was a long way off.
It was extremely, and then he did a nice little pirouette as he tried to catch the football as well.
He had a little bit of help there, Damo, from the goal
Impartial
umpire.
spectator.
No, the goal umpire helped him out there.
The red jacket behind the goals there, wanting to cheer through one final goal here for their side as the ball's been brought back into play. Noble Park trying to get a clearing kick. Little kick off the ground. I think that time there by Robertson. It comes out wide now. Here's Shane Allen. Little in and under handball. Bounces favourably now for Elwyn. On the left boot. Goes up towards the Harper direction. It needs to sit up for him. He goes after it. Took his player out of the contest then. Overrunning the football was Parker for Blackburn. And over she goes for a boundary throwing. 93 plays 75. It's 18 points the margin. 24 minutes into this final term.
He's had a dirty afternoon, Harper, hasn't he?
Oh, incredibly. I mean, and Elwyn, really.
Yep.
They've both not contributed enough for what they should be able to do.
7 behinds in this final term for Noble Park. They've been very inaccurate. Just looking back at some of those misses, they could have still been in the game at this point. Allen couldn't quite break away, but it's the Burners who kick it towards the centre wing position. In front there was Bartlett, couldn't quite hold it. At ground level, good evasion there from Robertson. Found a teammate in the hand pass through Morrison, who hacks it towards half forward. Mark dropped there, not quite taken. That was Danaher at the fall of the ball. Chance now for Ziggy Olwen. Hand pass looking for the sanctity of the boundary line, it seems. Still a chance now for Anagnosto. Kick towards half forward, intercepted. And Blackburn will be content to just hold it up at this point. We've crossed the 25-minute mark. They lead it by 3 goals. And they'll chip it around. It's Camposano, who has done relatively well on Gwilt, although Gwilt's probably been Noble Park's best forward. Camposano takes him on with a bit of pace, leading to the laughter of some of the Blackbird supporters. Mark taken by Dorr, though, to intercept at centre wing. Looks into the corridor. They've got a chance here, Noble Park. Chip pass from Monahan, missed the target. That might just about wrap it up. Mark taken by James Hanley at centre half back for the Burners, and they can wind the clock down.
Hanley goes to Danaher. Doncaster East have beaten Mulgrave by 9 points.
Oh, I got over it in the end.
Thank you, mother, for the Rabbits. The
knew
kick
that,
goes up towards the middle of the ground. Matty Tamanello, big Utah, takes the mark. On the right boot now, sends it in towards the Hammond direction. He's got 3 players to beat. I think he pushed out Sam Monahan in that contest, much to the disgust of the Blackburn faithful. Sam Monahan has to switch the play here. Kick was an absolute worm burner outside the defensive 50. It goes for him. At 55 metres out still for Blackburn, but Bull was able to pick the ball up, got the handball away to Nelson, who drives it up towards the half-forward line where Gwilt had the front spot, but he was dispossessed of the football. Well done there by Camposano. Alwyn was there to mop up the pieces, though, for the Bulls, who switched it across to the Harper direction. In fact, it's Shane Allen who takes the mark 35 metres out from goal.
They really like this pocket, don't they? They like leading to this pocket. I know they're left-footers that are doing it, which is not a bad thing, but it's been interesting the way they've played this area.
And Allen kicked it just through the behinds.
Bloke of his quality should be able to kick those. I mean, it's like Monahan's miss before. I mean, he didn't just miss the target, he kicked it 3 metres over his head, and it was a 15-metre kick.
17-point margin.
Indeed, and we've crossed the 27-minute mark, and a good mark taken by Tamanello.
It's been really good today.
Yeah, clearly the best big man on the ground this afternoon.
Stalwart of the Blackburn Footy Club, Matty Tamanello. Saw the best and fairest trophy there in the Blackburn club robes. His name figured prominently. Spoiled from the back towards centre wing Watkins, who's been relatively prominent, I suppose, up forward for Blackburn.
Free kick to Monahan.
Yes, in the meantime.
He shouldn't have been able to play on then.
Well, he's able to, and he got the hand pass away. It was partially smothered, trying to break through and clear. Was keen, kick towards the 4 pocket. Wilt was against 3, had 3 opponents to contend with, and they'll find the safety of the boundary line. The Blackburn defenders will have a ball in deep inside the 4 pocket for Noble Park, and it's Blackburn leading by 17 points, 28 minutes gone, final turn.
And while I think that this has been a great win from Blackburn, neither of these sides have inspired me to think that, you know, they're both you know, high level in the in First Division at the moment, because the football hasn't been great today.
Yeah, and with Baldwin going down too, it once again
Opens up a can of worms, Brad.
it does.
Well, to be honest, I still think, not that they could win it, but the team that could, if they make it, will hurt sides will be Doncaster. Because they've played well against all the top sides this year. Like, they should have beaten Vermont at Vermont, and they kicked 10 straight points in the last quarter.
1 goal 10.
1-10, yeah. So, I mean, it's apart from Vermont, there's no one putting their hands up at the moment saying we are the side to beat.
Hudson for Blackburn goes out towards the wing position. Monahan, who's worked extremely hard today, been impressed with his game, receives the free kick. He wants to waste no time. That was an up and under.
He did waste time because he kicked it straight out in the full.
Up and under. Finger-breaking punt kick. Just for you, Grant Soupy Campbell. We'll throw as many as we can in the last final moments of this game here today. Home side Blackburn, they're going to take home a W, there's no doubt about that. 13-15, 93 to 10-16, 76. The ball goes up towards the wing position. Big fly over the backhand, knocked over the boundary line by James Grierson, who set the game alight earlier in the day. Some strong marking and a couple of fantastic goals as well. 21 great games, actually. It's take off 3. It's only 18 other games as you go local for your footy today. Take off 2, I should say.
Make
19.
it 20. Make it 20 and even 20 BWS and you're close.
Does that include today's game?
Yeah, 20 today.
Siren sounds, there it is, and look at the Red Jackets. They're running onto the field, the young kids. They're very excited. And what a great performance it was by the home side today. Blackburn, they were the underdogs going into this clash. Of course, Noble Park coming into this game in red-hot form, and Blackburn's previous month, they've been hit by a lot of injuries, but they brought in a young side. They've answered the challenge today. They were inaccurate early, but they were able to get the job done. Fantastic effort by the Burners. 13-15, 93, the final score. Blackburn, Noble Park, 10-16, 76. The major goal kicker on the ground. Well, that was Jake Hammond for the Blackburn Football Club. He kicked 3, 2 each to Watkins and Grierson, while for Noble Park, it was James Gwilt who kicked 3 goals. He was a lone hand up forward, and Kevy Keane, he kicked 2 goals also as well. As we see our boundary riders mosey on out into the middle of the ground, and of course a very chuffed Gus McLeod as well, carrying his players board as well. So he'll be pretty excited, as will the Blackburn Football Club, because this is a win that not many people, Damo, gave them a chance to get over the line today, and in an incredibly close Division 1 Division 1 football, every win is oh so important.
Yeah, particularly with Ballwood going down